Hey everyone, this is Dan, and welcome back to another episode of my podcast. So, a client of mine asked me this question. They wanted to know how often they should get their car detailed. Now, in this case, they got a maintenance detail done recently, and for those who are not familiar with what I do as far as the detailing goes, in the maintenance detail, I include my signature hand wash, and I also include an interior cleaning. So when it comes to those two services combined, I typically like to tell people to consider it at least twice a year if you can, and if not, maybe a third time, just to have that peace of mind. And the reason why is because there is something to be said about having the interior done very often, because I've seen interiors where when it's done often and they come back to me, it does help keep things at bay and manageable. Versus if you get a maintenance detail done 1 year, and this does happen, sometimes people will just skip an entire year because they get busy, which I completely get. If you come back to me 2 years later after having that first maintenance detail done, the condition of the vehicle at that point in time is gonna be way more dirty and soiled, if you will, and it's just gonna add to the cost of it. And sometimes I have to add an upcharge of doing a deeper interior at that point in time, and that cost typically is about at least $50. So again, doing it more regularly kind of keeps things more at bay, if you will, and also having it done 2 to 3 times a year would allow for your paint to be replenished with the protection that I put on, because a lot of the protection that's out there, they can last, or when I say can last, the claims are a lot higher than what they actually would do for you. And that I would say the answer to that part is going to come with an asterisk, because depending on where you live, you can get more out of the paint protection depending on how you store the vehicle. Let's say it's a garage queen or well kept in a garage, you're going to get more durability out of it. But in this case, living in New England, serving the Portsmouth area as well as the Kittery, Maine area, a lot of people do have garages, and sometimes they're underutilized in that regards. So if the car is outside more often, I would say if something had a 6 months claim to it, then I would say you're probably going to get about 3 to 4 months of durability and protection out of it. And for those reasons, that's the reason why I would recommend at least 2 to 3 times a year. So once again, how often should you get your car detailed really depends on the type of service you are looking for. Now, for this particular video, I'm talking about the maintenance detail. So I hope all that kind of makes sense. And if it doesn't, please let me know, and we can continue this conversation into a future video. But for now, I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time. Take care.